suspect you're being cheated on.
Tip number 1. You're in a relationship with someone who usually posts on social media and they're not willing to make a square in actual post, not a story. Stories don't count because stories are only like 24 hours. In that post that stays up there publicly doesn't have to have your name even. It could just be like, that's my girlfriend. Step 2, don't do this on a second date, probably not even a third date. For date night, you're having dinner in a public place, and then just out of nowhere, be like, hey, here's my phone. Feel free to look at it. Can I have your phone to look at? That person you're with is not willing to hand over their phone. That's also a little bit sketch. Number 3, you are engaged, about to get engaged, which is sharing your GPS location. So sharing my location on my phone, because especially if you have an iPhone, obviously you know there's Find My iPhone.